Hey guys, this is Hunter and Teddy from Team Arcana, and we're here to talk to you about the Future of Vanguard. The upcoming meta, sets that are coming out, cards that are going to be busted. The latest set that came out was G-BT02 Soaring Ascent. This set was pretty cool. It kind of expanded on a lot of the stuff that we saw in set 1, except a couple of the newly supported clans have been floating towards the top. The most notable one is Aqua Force. Lambros is a monster. We'll talk about him in a few minutes. Some of the other ones that have been brought into the spotlight with this set have been Great Nature. Narukami's come back a little bit. And it further pushed Royal Paladin and Gear Chronicle way up there. The only set that I was kind of the only clan that I was kind of disappointed with their support in this set was Neo Nectar. They got a lot of cool stuff, but I feel like their new mechanic as a whole isn't quite what it could be. But with Aquaforce, Great Nature, Narukami, and the other big clans, they got a lot of good stuff that they can build a quality deck with. Anything to say, Teddy?
I'd also like to throw in there that Narukami got a pretty good boost too. Their Generation Break, while it doesn't allow them to swing as much at rear guard, it makes up for it by retiring and binding a heck of a lot.
That grade 2 that they got, Chatura, that can bind and draw is insane. And swing for 11k. Does it input damage too?
No, that's only the perfect guard.
Oh, sorry. It's insane. Some of these clans got insane boosts. Like I know the new Aquaforce deck is stupidly potent. That's why Lambros is $40 a pop right now.
Don't forget the Maelstrom crit combo.
Oh yes, that Bluestorm crit trigger Despina. When she boosts a Maelstrom unit that's your Vanguard, they cannot guard with grade 0s. And if you have Limbrick 5 and Glory Maelstrom, who can't be blocked with grade 1 or higher, that's an unblockable attack that they can only really do something with if they have Interceptors.
What are they going to do with Interceptors? You'd have to be running...
One to pass you.
Yeah.
And I've gotten one to pass and not gotten it. It's horrible. But Aquaforce got extremely potent. Their grade 2 on boost card, Magnum Assault, is so good. So good. He doesn't counterblast at all, and he restands himself with plus power, unlike Tidal.
Let's also talk about High Tide Sniper.
High Tide Sniper is not quite as stable like Magnum is, but he's a very nice addition to the deck. If it's third battle or more when he attacks, you Soul Blast 1 to give him an additional 10,000 power. And with Lambros, you can already give him plus 10k. He's plus 20k as a 4th or 5th battle of the turn.
Which means you're probably down on cards. You probably use the perfect guard for Lambros, especially if they're running high crit ratio.
I run 10.
And unless you hit draw triggers or another perfect guard, you're taking that attack, especially if it's the 4th or even 5th battle.
Or 6th or 7th or 8th. That's a thing now.
Yeah.
Oh, and that grade 1, Stasia, who can just swing at their Interceptors from the back row. Oh my god. I killed Matt with that earlier. It was pretty awesome.
I'm not going to lie. I used to think Aquaforce was a lot about swinging in order, and they still are.
Oh, they still are.
Yes. But with the new support, Lambros,
product placement,
the triggers, and if you run stands, period, they swing more and just under the strength of Sazanda.
Oh my god, Sazanda was stupid. He's like the best Nova Grappler card that you guys got. Him and Cool Hank are insane.
But we do reach a higher power, but we don't get as many attacks. So keep in mind that perfect guards will still stop us pretty much dead at the end.
You know, you're only going to be over 40,000 with Sazanda alone if he has a final wrench behind him. Shut up, Teddy.
Nice guy, not so nice clowns.
Well, that's some of the cool stuff that came out in this set. Great Nature got some fun stuff that actually makes them playable again at a more competitive level. Um, Gears got the cards that gain power, like insane power for each bounce.
The starter.
The starter, the grade 1, the grade 2. So much pressure, especially when you have a Chronos command on the board and they have 5 rear cards.
Let's also talk about the new stride that's coming out in Fighters Collection, that on stride, all their rear guards go to the bottom of the deck, and they replace them with the top cards. That possible triple crit is now your rear guards. Deal with it.
And if they have 5 rear guard, that's boosting like your whole field by 25k.
It's
for each card.
It's subtracting the opponent, it's plussing yourself, and it's also completely wrecking any setup they had. In all reality, the only thing it doesn't mess with...
I would love to do that to Matt. Oh my god. His entire Aqua Forest, setup he's got going on is gone. Gone.
The only clan I can think of that would deal with it well, Bermudas.
Neo Nectar. That would be horrible. Oh god. That'd be like the worst thing. What are your Heyo Pineapples gonna do at the bottom of your deck? Nothing.
Especially if you happen to have, if there are 2 in the drop zone and they put the last 2 on the bottom of the deck. Can't Superior call them.
Ah, gosh. My problem with Neo Nectar, though, in case anyone's wondering, is that they can only clone cards. So if you have to ride a copy, and then you check one in the damage, there's only 2 copies left in the deck. Don't complain about free cards, Teddy. Check your privilege.
We're going to have to talk about that later.
Teddy, shut up. You're a teddy bear. Of course you have privilege.
I'm shutting up now.
Now, show the audience what you got.
Okay, I pulled the new Enigman, who restands by calling Storm from the Soul. Mass Police.
No one cares about the rest of the cards other than the shiny one.
He's annoying. Okay, Grand Chopper. Keep 2 of him on your field. You have him and Death Metal Blade and maybe... Grand Gallop. You're giving power everywhere for 2 counterblasts. That also, if your Generation Break 2, allows Grand Gallop to get his triple drive as a grade 2.
As a grade 2? You mean as a grade 3?
New player, professional. New player, professional.
Dimension Police is another deck that recently got support, and they're pretty potent at the moment too. They got some insane cards, and especially in the States with Laurel still at 4 and not at 1 like he is safely in Japan. It's insane. So you can expect a lot of Dimensional Police decks in competitive play. Laurel's skill is when the Vanguard stack hits, he can rest 4 rear guards to restand the Vanguard. And after you've already been striding and your Vanguard's a grade 4, swinging for over 26,000, and hitting and restanding, getting another triple drive check, it's bonkers.
It's a hand filler.
Especially with insane pressure cards like Falcon.
Yes. X-Falcon. Rear guards is damage. Always amazing.
When you hit and if you get the chance to restand, you can potentially kill them.
Also, it can finish. Whereas the Kagero can give
I'd
them
say hold on to it. We have
damage
4.
without killing them. It can only get them to 5. They have to actually hit you for that last damage.
And then there's the guy on the front of the pack here, who stacks power and crit for each face-up card in the G-Zone.
Late game finisher. Hopefully after you've seen most of the perfect.
And in Fighters Collection, they get Heavy Dupe, which makes Metalborgs insane.
Yes. For everyone out there who thinks that Deep Police don't draw enough,
No one thinks that anymore.
Not anymore. Sinbuster allows you for every hit you draw a card. Now that easily hits restanding stride number of draws with Laurel. Heavy Duke on top of a Legion allows you to counterblast 2. Unfortunately, before you hit, but we'll talk about that in a minute. To draw for each of your hearts, and then if they're Metalborg hearts, they can't guard with grade zeros.
1 or higher. So
They
this
have to
is
guard with
a
zero.
potentially restanding stride that you can't perfect guard, and you draw when you hit. So that's something we don't want to deal with.
The pressure is real.
In the next couple of weeks, a few things are getting dropped. There's going to be the Shadow Paladin Legend deck, which Diablo comes in, and that's going to be insane. Shadow Paladins are going to be topping like every tournament. Be prepared for this. I'm a Shadow Paladin player. I'm hype. There's the new Link Joker starter deck, which has the new Messiah cards in them. Those are kind of cool, unique. They're a very combo deck. They build off of each other. You lock your own stuff, you lock your opponent's stuff, you unlock your stuff, you keep their stuff locked. You get skills from having locked stuff.
You know something I just realized? They work really well with the older reversed cards, where usually there's a penalty to lock yourself in exchange for some boosts. Along with the new Messiah cards, while they aren't completely compatible, they unlock it to make it less of a cost.
Theoretically, they would, but that requires clan mixing, which isn't a thing.
You're allowed to run reverse cards in any Link Joker deck.
True, but why would you want one of them as your Vanguard?
Who knows? I've seen a deck not fought, thankfully, with the complete grade 3 lineup were all the different reversed units.
Yeah, Shadow Paladins are going to be a thing. The new Messiah Link Jokers are going to be a thing. Not nearly as potent as the Shadow Paladins, because the new Link Jokers need some more support before they get to that level. Then there's Fighter Collection, which has some crazy stuff in it this year. I'm really excited for it.
For almost everybody.
Just about everybody gets at least one thing that's really cool. Bushiroad did something cool by bringing back a whole bunch of classic units as grade 4s. There's the Ace, which is like the best Draconic Overlord so far. You can debate with me. I will have a 3-hour argument with you in the comments of this video if you challenge me. I'm so dead set on that. I'll make a video about it if you guys want to.
You're gonna get trolls that way.
Please try. I'll stick Matt on them.
Oh my god, that's the best punishment for a troll.
Matt's our meme lord for the moment.
Or I'll let Chris do it. He'll just send them Haunter pictures.
Fighters Collection.
Fighters Collection. Has some really cool stuff. There's the Thing Saber Stride. Not the Thing Saber Stride, but the stride that works for Thing Saber, the Soul Saber Stride.
Mega Colony.
The Mega Colony Machining Stride that can paralyze your opponent's Vanguard just for having rear guards on the board. What? That's nuts.
The only good thing we've learned so far about this thing is that it's an act. But that still isn't completely
How's that a good
reassuring.
thing?
I don't know.
It's so easy to get 4 rear guards on board. Something else that's cool. There's new Lukier Stride, the Maelstrom one. All the classic units got a bit of a revamp. Some older deck builds are now more potent than they would have been before because of the specific support that they're getting. I know Nova's got the Asura Kaiser one.
Yeah, that's evil.
Just some generally good support all around. All the clans that haven't gotten strides yet mostly got like on-hit strides that do cool stuff. So that should be fun too. It should give everybody a little bit of a boost. Nothing out of the Fighters Collection specifically is like meta destroying, but it should all take everyone's decks that are already here and boost them up a little bit.
While we're on the subject of new stuff and upcoming, I'd like to take a minute to talk about the new Bermuda Triangles. While at the moment there's not a whole lot of information released about them, I've been doing some digging and getting some basic idea of what they do. The new effects or new system to the game is Harmony. Basically, what Harmony is effect on the card. You have to have a card, both cards in the column have to have it, and when you place down another card in the column with Harmony, it goes off. Now this is usually to draw, as they do, return to hand, or even sometimes it gives a little bit of power on call. Not much.
Or crit.
Yes, but it's very devastating, and it reinvents the unison of the clan.
The new Bermudas are going to be kind of cool. They drop in Japan in the next couple of weeks to a month. So we should be seeing more about them in the next couple of weeks. What just dropped in Japan though is Generation Booster 3, Sovereign Star Dragon or Dragon Star, with clans such as Murakumo getting a crazy boost that actually makes them usable. More Shadow Paladins.
He's having a field day.
Gold Paladins, my Dark Irregulars, my Link Jokers.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure he emailed Bushiroad personally.
Need more royals.
But I can't complain because Generation Brick 1, the first set, kind of boosted me up a lot too.
Only like one of your clans.
I only played like 2 or 3.
And then he got this.
Because I'm nice.
I had my field day, time for his.
The clans that get insane boosts in this set were Shadow Paladins. They finally got their proper G support that wasn't specifically from the trial deck. Awesome cards like Aura Geyser Dragon, Claret Sword Dragon. The new Phantom Blaster Break Ride, which I'm not sure how usable that's going to be, but should be cool.
Gonna fit in your deck.
I'm going to have like 4 Shadow Paladin decks by the end of this. It's going to be a thing. Shadow Paladin's got a lot of cool stuff. Murakumo got a restanding G unit.
Here's my gift to you.
Yeah, that's Bushiroad to them. Dark Irregulars got some, I wouldn't say like amazing support. If you run a pure Amon build, which was already kind of potent, it's going to be insane and actually competitive, but the Generation Dark Irregulars are going to be an okay deck with a really solid, amazing finisher. Guilledere is a G unit that if you have 10 cards in the soul, he gets plus 10k. If you have 15 cards in the soul, they can't guard with grade 1 or higher. And if you have 2 or more face-up G units in the G zone when you ride him, he gets, or when you stride, he gets a bonus crit for the turn. So that's power, guard, prevention, and crit. And if you're running a Mom build, you have the access to the starter, which can give him an additional 1k for every card in the soul. And with 15, that's an additional 15k. He can reach 26, 36, 41, 50, 1,000 with a crit, and they can't perfect guard him.
This is before triggers.
Before drive checks in general, that's pretty crazy numbers. We'll see what happens with them soon. I'm kind of excited. We didn't get the Doreen preprint or Generation Break Cologne like we wanted. We got a grade 3 that does that. But since most of the new cards only soul charge during the battle phase or when you stride, it's not the main phase, so most of the cards don't stack power like they should, which is disheartening. So we'll see if they're actually usable or not. The Messiah's got a little bit more support. We got a really cool G unit. Not Amnesty Messiah, that one's okay. But Big Crunch Dragon, who can Omega Lock one of their columns, which is good for like the old Starvader decks because it actually makes them usable again. Lock was going down in power, so that's going to be a thing. It's going to bring Chaos Breaker back, and I'm so excited because I just ordered 3 more copies. And they got a new deleter boss, which allows you to delete their Vanguard and then stride in the same turn.
What?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
I'll show him to you after this video. His name is Chaos, which is hilarious. It's like Counterblast to discard 2 cards from your hand when you ride him, to delete their Vanguard and lock 2 of their rear guards.
The Interceptors.
Yeah. And then if you have another card in your hand to stride with, you can just drop it and stride in the same turn if they're at grade 3. And if they don't have a perfect guard, good luck trying to block your Vanguard when they're at 0.
That's gonna be a pain.
Should be interesting. Other stuff they got. There was Kagero in that set, but they didn't get a whole lot that was actually cool or useful. And anything else?
No, unless you want to talk about the, when we went over Narukami, Grand Blue, we needed to see you get some support, buddy.
Clans that I personally hope are going to make it into G-Booster 4. It's almost confirmed that we're seeing more Shadow Paladins. We're going to see probably Genesis and Angel Feather, but there's usually about 6 sets and 6 clans in a set. So my personal hopes are that we start seeing some Grand Blue, maybe Nubatama. I'm sure my friend Pibble would love that.
And not to hate on the new Stride, but I hope that Bushiroad doesn't also forget that Legion is still a thing and that some sub-clans could really use them.
True. Revival Legions for Shadow Paladins would be very welcome.
I'm sitting over here waiting for that Blau Legion.
Raging Form needs one first.
Yeah, but that's our little debate of what's going to happen first.
Yeah, I hope they start supporting the unsupported clans a bit more. The ones that still have not gotten support are... The clans that have gone the longest without support are Angel Feather and Nubatama. They haven't got support since set 13, which dropped a year ago. Over a year ago.
That hurts.
Yeah, it's been over a year since they've gotten support here in the States. Then the clans that haven't gotten G support yet are Nubatama, Angel Feather, Genesis, Grand Blue, Tachi's Mega Colony, Pale Moon. Pale Moon needs support. And I think that's it.
I think that's pretty good coverage.
Yeah, but they've gotten a lot done, but they still need to get the other couple of clans knocked out, and I hope they do that soon. Love to update the Paladins. They need that.
Yeah. But this has been Teddy.
And Hunter. This video is 23 minutes and over 30 seconds, and I'm so sorry. But we're out. Thank you for watching.